Hi guys, today I want to review two fragrances, and there is no particular reason whatsoever that these two fragrances are in the same video. It's just that I was wearing them recently a lot and I love them. And actually the second fragrance I'm gonna mention today, I've never been mentioning it in my channel before, so it's actually like sort of a new fragrance review. I want to start though with Milano from Fragrance du Bois. And I've been mentioning this fragrance maybe in a couple of my recent videos. And it's not my favorite fragrance from Fragrance du Bois. It's like my second favorite because Eau June Intense is just unbeatable fragrance. It's so incredible, and I think I'm gonna review it later in coming videos. But guys, Milano, why I picked this one for today, I think first of all it's like superb for winter autumn season. It's very unisex and generally it's just an incredible fragrance. So I'm gonna tell you guys how Fragrance du Bois Milano smells to me. And I actually would not expect to like this fragrance at any time because it's considered sort of a woody fragrance, like really oriental and a little bit dry, but I love it so much. My favorite part is the dry down, when a sort of vanilla starts to come through really prominent, but the opening, the heart is beautiful as well. So guys, this is a woody fragrance, as I said, and it does have quite strong leathery notes. And of course, yes, I did mention that I'm not a fan of leather fragrances, but here leather is so beautiful, guys. The two notes that probably are the most intense for me in Milano is leather and orange. So it does have like quite a lot of other notes, and it's a very aromatic and like complex fragrance. But for me, leather and orange is just so prominent, and I describe it as sort of caramelized leather and caramelized with orange. So if you can imagine something like this, that's probably how this fragrance smells, at least for me. And as I said, it's really aromatic, so obviously there are notes like saffron and other notes that give this aromaticness. And as I said, it's really beautiful, it's deep, it's complex, it's warm. And guys, my favorite part of the fragrance is the dry down, as I said, where vanilla starts to come through like really prominent. And on my skin is a sweet fragrance, and I just noticed that my skin tends to make any fragrance like sweeter. It does have like a little fruity notes. I think there's like a musk and amber in there. As I said, there are a lot of notes. But for me, as I said, it's just such a beautiful leathery, orangey, woody, vanilla sort of fragrance. And guys, maybe it will help you to understand how this fragrance smells. If you have any chance like initio fragrances, like let's say Absolute Aphrodisiac or Side Effect or Psychedelic Love, or maybe even like Oud for Happiness, this fragrance smells in a similar direction. So if you like those sort of fragrances, definitely check Milano from Fragrance du Bois. The second fragrance for today, and I've just recently smelled it, it's the one from XERJOFF, and it's called PIKOVAYA DAMA. I think it was inspired by like a Russian novelist Alexander Pushkin novel called PIKOVAYA DAMA, so that's really interesting as well. I did not expect to like this fragrance because when I looked at the notes before I smelled it, I thought, not really my sort of fragrance, and I wasn't expecting much when I was smelling it. And when I actually smelled it, I couldn't believe it, because honestly, like the majority of notes that I saw like in the description of the fragrance, I don't feel them there. So for me it was actually a good thing, because as I said, notes wise, this is absolutely not my sort of fragrance, but it smells so beautiful. So this fragrance for me is very sophisticated and refined, sort of clean, tiny bit soapy fresh fragrance. And when I initially sprayed, and maybe first like couple of hours, this fragrance is almost a gourmand for me. So it's delicious, it's intoxicating. Sometimes it even smells like a praline to me, but this goes away. So while this fragrance develops, this sort of first delicious praline notes, they go away. But I'm not sure if it has aldehydes in the notes. I don't think so actually, but it does have that aldehydic feel. So if you know fragrances like Frederic Malle's Superstitious, or like Chanel No. 5, or like really strong aldehydic fragrances, you will understand what I'm saying. So it does have that aldehydic feel into it, and aldehydes usually gives that cleanness to the fragrance. It's a super complex fragrance. It's like so many notes in there, and smoothly blended as the majority of like XERJOFF fragrances. And guys, if you know XERJOFF fragrances, probably the association I will give you will make you understand better how that one smells. So for me, if you imagine blending together opera with like Dama Bianca, probably you will get something similar to PIKOVAYA Dama. So if you know how those fragrances smell, if you imagine them like sort of combined together, probably that will give you a better idea of how this one smells. This is not like my typical fragrance that I would like, so it's more of a fresh and clean floral sort of fragrance, but it's so beautiful that I can see myself wearing like every day. It could make an amazing signature scent. Overall, guys, this is just a beautiful fragrance. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you soon.